Hello, welcome to the Wiltshire Caravans handover video for the Elddis Affinity 520, the 2021 model. As always with these handover videos, I'll take you round to the back to start and we'll just go through things that you should need to know. Okay, starting at the back, obviously we've got the grab handles on either side and light clusters. These light clusters are for the indicators, brake lights, running lights and reversing lights. You also have a highline brake light there. Space for your number plate, lights on there, and obviously the corners. Go around to the offside. The first thing we'll come to is the bathroom area. So toilet wise, I have unlocked all these lockers where I can for ease of use on the video. So this is the area where the pink fluid goes in for your toilet flush or the toilet rinse. Please do look at the bottle or for the manufacturer's recommendation for the dilution. All I do is I get a 2-litre pop bottle, put the pink fluid in there, then dilute it with water and use that to top it up because it's a bit fiddly. Okay, and the toilet cartridge area. So the cartridge itself is a standard Thetford cartridge. Okay, to remove, you'll know when it needs removing. There's a light on in the toilet that shows just that it needs emptying. Guaranteed that'll be last thing at night, just before you go to bed, that'll come on. But to remove, lift this handle here and drag towards you. Now, this handle is telescopic, just come up so you can, and it's on wheels so you can carry this away. To empty, make sure the funnel's that way and remove the cap. Then lift forward and then press on this orange button. This orange button releases any air locks to help things flood out, so to speak. And you'll be wanting to rinse out anything that's been in there. So slide this back and open that valve there, well, that tap there. And there you can see inside the rinse around. See a little float in there? That float, when the cassette is full, obviously that goes to the top, and that's when the light comes on the toilet to tell you that it needs emptying. Okay, so putting it back, close. Make sure you close that, otherwise you won't be able to remove the cartridge cassette. Slide that back on the cap, which I should have mentioned. With the cap, make sure you put it somewhere safe when you're at your waste point, because you don't want that falling into all that muck. There's some measurements on there, just to say how much blue fluid to go in there. Again, look at the manufacturer's recommendation for how much blue needs to go in and how much water needs to go in to dilute. And to put that back in, it just slides back into place and clips it. Now there is, because this has got the pink fluid, there is a pipe there that you need to, when you're winterizing the van, take that pipe down, open up that stopper, and all the pink fluid, diluted pink fluid, will then come out. For winterizing, you don't really want that to get frozen up over winter, and that goes in there. Okay. Okay, so underneath there we have the waste outlets. Now these waste outlets are for the what we call the grey waste. Now that will be the sinks, so bathroom and kitchen, and for the shower. Okay, further over, window into the kitchen, nice tinted window. We've got the 2 vents for the fridge and freezer. Obviously these are all alloy wheels on the Elddis range now. The wheel nuts are torqued up to 130 Newton meters. There's a plate on the other side that gives you all that kind of information. I'll show you that in a bit. This one has the Power Touch Auto Engage motor mover. There's a separate video for that. Then we get to the battery box. Now the battery box, whilst I'm here with the keys out, just a quick demonstration of the alarm. So the alarm to set, top button, 1 beep means the alarm's set, 2 beeps to take the alarm off. There is a panic button on the fob. Now that will make the alarm go off. Now you can guarantee when the keys are in your pocket, you will kneel down at some stage, and that will go off. You will jump. Trust me, I know these things. Okay, battery box. So that's where the battery would be stored, and that's where your electric hookup is. Behind the electric hookup, you can see there's a 12-volt socket and an aerial point. Also, this is the isolation point for the motor mover. That's the key. You cannot engage the motor mover while your electric hookup's in. Obviously, that's a good thing. But that's the battery box there. Next, we get to the water. It's the whale water pump on the Affinity range, well, on all the Elddis range. No. So that slides up, and that's where the pump goes in. This is my little demo pump. So that goes in there, clips down, and then this part of the pump goes into the aqua roll with the white bit covering up, just to stop any detritus getting in. Don't want any dust or dirt getting in there. There's also a handy little clip, well, a little cutout where that clips in, basically, so when you go to change the water, the pump part doesn't go on the floor and get any dirt on it. Okay. Right, then you've got an exhaust vent for the Aldehyde heating system. That exhaust vent is for if you're running on gas. Obviously the gases need to vent somewhere, and that is the vent for that. To the front of the caravan, 3 windows at the front, all open individually. Grab handles, all runs on the Alco chassis. This has got Alco ATC, the Alco trailer control. There's a little sensor underneath the chassis that will, if the caravan starts to snake a little bit, the brakes will get put on to prevent any problems and to stabilize the caravan. Gas locker. Okay, inside the gas locker you've got area for two gas bottles. In here we've already got the leg winder. This is part of the motor mover. Don't need to worry about that at this point. Pump, your electric cable will be in here as well, and a wheel brace. There is a little light, I'll show you that, into the gas locker, so you can change your gas at night. Again, I guarantee that's pretty much when it's likely to be required. Handbrake, jockey wheel, and the hitch. Go around to the near side. First thing we get to is the outside barbecue point. This just slides up, this cover. So the barbecue point just said do not use gas, barbecue and awning. Absolutely not. Fire, fabric, they don't go well together. Okay, then you've also got another, an outside access locker. This goes underneath the sofa. Also in here you've got a 230-volt socket and a TV aerial point that will be able to go through this little cutout into your awning should you have them. As mentioned earlier on, the little plate. Okay, so this is all the information about the caravan. It's got the CRIS registration number, the maximum plated weight, the massive running order if it was empty. The tyre pressure, well, that's 55 PSI on this particular model, and the motor mover is calibrated to run at that level. Okay, so anyway, above there you've got the vents for the microwave, awning light, stable door, and then the antenna, and then the running lights at the top. Next we shall go inside and show you how things work inside. Okay, let's go inside the Affinity 520. As you walk straight into the caravan. Just have a very quick tour around the front. Apologies if you get any reflections of me. Ooh, there we go. Okay, this is where I was mentioning that the toilet, when the cassette is full, that light will shine up there. Let's go and have let's quickly round, let's take you through the caravan itself and how to set things up. Right, on the left as you walk inside the caravan, this is where all your control panels are. This is part of the alarm system, so every now and then that will beep red. If it beeps red, well, it shines red sort of 3 times in a row, that means that the system needs resetting. On the keys, I'll just dig into my pockets again. On the keys, you will have a little reset fob, which is there. So what you need to do is, if that flashes red, just to reset everything, put that in, push it in for 10 seconds, and that will reset everything. Okay, right, now to turn the main power on, when you've got your electric hookup, or even if you're not on an electric hookup, to turn the main power on, this button here with the power sign, that is your power up button. Okay, then you've got main lights, is this one on the left hand side. So let me just quick demonstration of the lights. Then you've got your gas locker light and your warning light. Okay, now this is to run the water pump. Obviously we haven't got anything set up at the moment, but when you turn that on, when you've got your pump in and your water connected, click on that and then you'll see that light just shines. Initially, that's just to show you have that the pump is working. And here you've got a little display showing the battery voltage. We're plugged into the mains at the moment, so we've got 13.5 volts available to us. Okay, right, particularly in the UK, the heating is the most important part of the caravan. So this is it works on the Aldehyde heating, so it's the central heating, a wet system, has a header tank in the wardrobe in the bathroom. I'll show you that a bit later on. But to initialize, you need to power on, just press that button. It'll go through its quick diagnostic to start. Okay, now that just shows that we're plugged into the mains. That's currently the inside temperature of the caravan. Thought it was warm in here. To get to the main menu, oddly enough, we press menu. So press menu, and to the first thing we will see at the top, that's the internal temperature that you want to set the caravan to. It's a touchscreen display, so just press on the display till you get to the right temperature, up or down. If you want to set a night setting, go into the cog is the settings menu, press that, press onto the moonlight, that will give you the night settings. So if I was to turn that on by clicking where it press says off, goes on, and that goes green, then go back and back again. There's now an A there, so that means we've got activated functions. Press on that A and it will show you what the activated function is. Press on that again, you're in your night mode again, and then to turn it off, just turn it off. You can set these temperatures and the times to anything you want. Okay, not for the water, that's just for the heating. Okay, so now you see that A is gone again, so we no longer have any activated functions. The water temperature, yeah, the water heater I should say. Okay, its designated sign is the shower. Where the minus is greyed out, that means it's off at the moment. To turn that on, press the plus, and that goes green, and you can see it's now got half the triangle is full. That will give you enough hot water for washing up, washing, possibly one of you to have a shower, but if 2 of you are having a shower, not necessarily at the same time, but that's entirely up to you, press plus again, and that will give you the boost for the hot water. Okay, we haven't got any water connected, so I'll turn that off. Right, the next icon is the power icon. So where you've got the little sort of electricity bolt, just turned it off. The options on this caravan, and this is just for the heating and hot water, is you have 1 kilowatt, which although will heat things up, it does take an age. In the UK, I would say most of the electric hookups will give you 2 kilowatts without any problem. And the option is the top amount of power going into there is 3 kilowatts. Bear in mind, depending on how much electricity you have available to you on the pole, on your hookup, if you put the microwave and the kettle on with that, you might trip the system. But in the UK, unless you really want to boost the temperature up very quickly, 2 kilowatts is more than adequate. This system also runs on gas, should you go off grid. So that gas icon there, press on that, and that will go onto gas. However, we don't have any gas connected at the moment, so I'm not doing that. But the system will run on gas as well. Now, the Aldehyde system displays have lots and lots of different settings, which is why we give you a manual. So you can read those to your heart's content. But that is the heating system and hot water system for the our Aldehyde system. Now, like I say, we give you a manual, but if you do have any questions, please do give us a call on 01373 752 100, and we'll see what we can do to help. Right, whilst we're talking about the water system, and I showed you on outside where the pump pumps the water into the caravan is, underneath the right hand bunk there is a yellow tap. Now that yellow tap, in the vertical position as it is there, means that the water will have drained out of the hot water tank and drained out of the taps if you open the taps. To allow water in to the caravan, just put that tap down, horizontal position, and then water will flow in from the pump. Okay, now so when winterizing, very important to empty out all your water. Just lift that up, open your taps, and all the water will drain out without any problem whatsoever. Also under here, there's an isolated tap if you want to do the heating and hot water on gas. That will you've got the option to turn that off there. If you're set up for propane, you can just turn everything off at the bottle, on the valve on the bottle. But if you're on butane and you do want to turn it off, just turn it off there. I also mentioned earlier that if you put too much power into or try to drain too much power, you might trip the system. Here are the trip switches and all the fuses, clearly marked what they're for, and that is where, you know, if something's not working, that's the first place I would look. Right. Okay, back to the inside of the van. Right, as soon as you walk in the door, you've got, obviously, I said you've got your controls. Straight past there, you're looking at your lounge area. Now, directly there is the TV aerial point, a 12-volt socket, a couple of USB charging points, and a couple of 230-volt sockets. Also got light switches. This particular one is for the over the mirror. Right, microwave. It's an 800-watt microwave. I'm not going to teach you how to use a microwave, but that's, you know, a relatively good size. Also up there in the cupboard above is the isolator point for the microwave. Let's turn that off. Lots of drawer and cupboard space in this caravan. Got some individual lights as well. These lights got a little switch at the top to turn those off and on. But the first cupboard, or second cupboard I should say, contains the stereo system, which basically is a radio. It's USB compatible. Also it has an auxiliary input. Then we have the TV and radio aerial booster. You can see the red light showing that's on at the moment. The TV antenna and radio antenna. This unscrews, the shaft lifts up, and then you can turn it round to point it in the right direction. I would suggest when you get to site and you want to tune your TV in, have a look, see which direction everyone's turning their aerial to, and follow suit, then retune your TV. You also can change the pitch on the antenna as well, so you can have it flat or facing somewhere should you require to do so. After that, lots of cupboard space and windows galore, nice and bright in here. Oh, I know I've got the lights on, but you don't need them in this light. With all of the windows, standard catches, these all open as such. And then to open the window and then tighten up these little knobs here just to keep the windows open. You've got blackout blinds, and above that, turn it down for fly screens. All of the windows have got the same mechanism except this front sunroof. This just has a blackout blind as it doesn't open. But all of the windows have that same system. Now, in the corner, you've got another 230-volt socket and another couple of USB charging points. And then we come around to the kitchen area. And the kitchen area's got separate lights, 2 more 230-volt sockets. I think this caravan's got more sockets than my house. That's for your, so to put your toaster, coffee maker or kettle or whatever you use. Cupboards above the kitchen area, an area to put your plates and your mugs. Lots of cupboard space in here. And then you've got lots of drawer space as well. There's a drawer above the fridge, slim drawer, and cutlery drawer. Lots of nice rectangular, good size rectangular sink. Nice size. With a mixer tap. Just be careful with the hot water, it does get hot, very hot indeed. Then we've got underneath, we've got the fridge. Now the fridge is the standard Dometic fridge. Now to turn the power on, this is the far left button, push down, and that's on, that will turn the power on. See that's flashing and warning. That's if it was connected to the alternator of the car. I'll explain in a minute. You can connect to gas. We haven't got gas connected, which is why it's beeping. But if we leave it on there, that's currently on electric. So when you're plugged into the electric hookup, that's what you use. Now, like I said, gas, it will run on gas if you're off grid, and it also run off your car alternator. Now, when I say it will run off the car alternator, as long as the fridge is already cold, and as long as you have a 13-pin socket on your tow bar, if the fridge is cold and you put some food, drink, whatever it is you want to put in there, and you want to keep it cool for the journey, press on that and that will maintain a temperature. It will not cool it down from the start, but it will maintain a temperature. While we're talking of temperatures, and you want to change the temperature of the fridge, the little thermometer on there, just up or down, changes the temperature of the fridge to whatever you desire. Inside the fridge itself, nice size fridge, plenty for 2. Also it's got a nice little freezer box for your gin and tonic, but that freezer box is removable should you only ever want to use the fridge side of it and want a bigger fridge. For a magnum of champagne, then you can take that out. Make sure you close the door relatively firmly. If you don't, the fridge will start beeping at you, just to say, close the door please. Right, a bit further over, we've got the Thetford cooker. Now, the glass top needs to be right up in order to use the gas burners. So you've got 3 gas burners and an electric hob. Standard controls. These are your sparks. We've got a light for the oven. I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not teaching you how to use a cooker, but it's standard controls. Full size grill. And that grill pan will also go into the oven should you require 3 trays in an oven. I suppose if you do 3 pizzas, I don't know. Underneath there, you've got an isolator, gas isolator for that, for the cooker, and you've also got another isolator, electric isolator, and that is for the electric hob. Always put the glass lid back down, but wait till everything's cooled down to do so. Okay. And then now we're going to go into the bathroom. which are just a fabulous size in these 520s. So in the bathroom, we've got a towel rail that does get hot. There's part of the Aldehyde heating system that does get very hot, so do bear that in mind. Cabinet above the frosted window for your bits and bobs. Like I say, that for toilet, again, I'll say once more time, that's where the light comes on to say it's full. That's your rinse, so press that just to put the rinse through. The toilet itself, the bowl moves around, but when you've done whatever you need to do and filled it up, to empty it out into the cassette, this handle over here, slide that across and then slide it back. Remember to slide it back, otherwise it's very, very difficult to, well, you might well break the cassette trying to remove it. Toilet roll holder, very good. Nice size shower, all very good. Then you've got sink, mixer taps, more cabinet space, enough covers, or my wife would say that's the shoe rack. Mind you, she's got more shoes than Imelda Marcos. Then you have a large wardrobe, well, two large wardrobes. This, on the right hand side, you've got the freestanding table, two lots of hanging areas and another hanging area inside. That in front of you is the Aldehyde heating reservoir. It's 50% water, 50% glycol. You shouldn't need to change or check anything with that. If the level looks low, as long as it's around about just above minimum, which is actually a little bit further down than this, that is absolutely fine, because the fluid will expand when warm. More drawer space than you could possibly need. You'll manage to fit it, I'm sure you will. But plenty of wardrobe and drawer space. I mean, I've been in hotels that have got smaller bathrooms than this. Got roof light. To open this one, pull down and keep the pressure down, but pull it towards you. That will open everything up. And likewise to close, pull it down, keep the pressure on, close it down, but make sure that these plastic lugs are inserted fully, just to make sure it's closed. Never travel with those open. Whilst we are on this, fly screens and blinds on all of these as well. Same system on the one above the kitchen. The long sunroof is slightly different. Need to open all of the catches, and when you open these, it's very easy just to push them up and down, and say, oh, it's not working, it's not working, it's not working. What you need to do is push it up slowly. You'll hear a click. Let it go, and then that's at the first level. Up again, click, and then you're at the second level. So that's as high as that will go. And then to close it, just push it up and let it go. Well, don't let it go, but bring it down relatively gently. It's very easy to push it too hard. You just have to be a little bit patient. There's a little bit of a knack to it. And make sure everything's closed up. Again, blackout blinds, fly screens. Make sure everything's closed up, particularly when you travel. Stable door on these, so that would come, I'm not going to show you how that works. Stable door, and you've also got a fly screen if you leave the door open, and the fly screen just to keep things cool. That's pretty much, as far as I think, everything you're going to need to know about the Elddis Affinity 520. Lovely caravan, really good two-berth caravan, lovely size, great bathroom. All that's left to say is, if you have any questions, do give us a call on 01373 752 100, and then just enjoy this fabulous caravan. Thank you for your time. Terribly sorry, I lied. This isn't the end of the handover video. I forgot to show you how to make the bed. Couple of things at the front. This area here, the first top part comes out, pulls the table out, lift up towards you, so you've got a nice table for a cup of tea, glass of wine, whatever. Then pull it towards you gently, push in, and then you just close it up nicely. Nice drawer space again. To make the bed, which I probably should have told you at the beginning, underneath those drawers there's a handle there. Bring that out towards you, and that just comes out all the slats. Bring it up that, then arrange the, oh sorry, the plastic bags there. Arrange the cushions, sofa cushions, accordingly for a massive double bed. Okay, so now that is the end of the handover video, I think. Thanks for your time. Enjoy your caravan.